Hello friends, today we are going to see what is elementary transformation. In the last lecture we have seen inverse, the topic inverse, and in that we have learned the method, adjoint method to find the inverse, and second was elementary transformation method. Second was the elementary transformation method. So we have learned only the adjoint method, and we are going to learn how to find the inverse by elementary transformation method. So basically, what is elementary transformation? First we will learn how to find the elementary transformation of the matrix. So see this, we are going to see three types. So first one, interchange of any two rows or any two columns of the matrix. Means we can interchange any two rows or any two columns of the matrix. For example, if I have a matrix A 1 2 3 4 and I can interchange its rows and columns. So basically if I want to interchange the rows, how we can write this? That is R1 interchanged with R2. R1 interchanged with R2, this is the operation on the matrix, and after interchanging what we can write here is 3 4 1 2. 3 4 1 2 means what, we have interchanged this second row with the first row. So I have written here 3 4 1 2. For the same one, if I have given second transformation, that is C1 interchange with C2, so how we can solve this? A will be equivalent to, now this 1 3 is the column first and that will be now column second, and 2 4 is the second column and that will be the column number first. So R stands for row and C stands for column. So we are interchanging the rows, means first row with the second row, R1 interchange with R2. So I have interchanged these rows 3 4 and then 1 2, and here C1 interchange with C2 means column first is interchanged with column second. So 2 4 1 3. So this is the first type of interchanging the rows and columns, interchanging any two rows or any two columns. We'll see the next one now. Second one, multiplication of elements of any row or a column by a non-zero scalar. See the importance of this non-zero scalar. So we can multiply any element, that is 2, 3, 4 or any negative element also, to any one of the row or any one of the column, or multiple rows and multiple columns. So if I have given here one example, 0 2 3 4, and if I write here R1, that is first row, is converted to 4R1, means what, the row number first is multiplied by 4. So I can write 0 into 4 is 0 and 2 4s are 8. 3 4 will be as it is. Operation is on only first row. So what I have written here, 0 into 4 is 0 and 2 into 4 is 8. For example, if I take any other example, is the same matrix, suppose 0 2 3 4, and I have written here C1 changed to minus 3 C1, that is column number first is changed to minus 3 times column number first, means what I can write here. So this equivalent sign is because we are applying some transformation, so I am writing here this equivalent sign. So C1, that means column number first, is multiplied with minus 3. So minus 3 into, and so 3 into minus 3. 0 into minus 3 is 0 and 3 into minus 3 is minus 9, and this second column will remain as it is. So don't change the second column. So whenever there is operation on R1, only change the first row. Similarly, for the second one, I will write here apply any other transformation. Suppose R2 change to R2. R2 change to R2. So how we can solve this? 0 to as it is, and R2 change to R2 means multiply the second row by 2, and here also multiply that row by 2. So 3 2s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. 3 2s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. Now in this case, we have kept the R1 first row as it is. In this example, we have taken 4R1, means we are keeping the second row as it is. Similarly, C1 changed to minus 3C1 means we have changed only the column number first. Suppose I will take the other example for the same. Apply C2 changed to 4C2. How we can solve this? A will be now equivalent to C1, that is column number first will be as it is, and multiply the second column by 4. So 4 into 2 is 8 and 4 4s are 16. 4 into 2 is 8 and 4 4s are 16. So this is your operation, that is the multiplication of elements of any row or column by a non-zero scalar. So we'll now take the third type. So see the third type, adding the scalar multiples of all elements of any row or column to the corresponding elements of any other row in bracket column. Why it is written so? Because we can either take the operation with the row at a time or take the operation with the column. Means what? I cannot write R1 with 2C2. This is the wrong operation. Means we can add or subtract the elements of the scalar multiples of any row with the other row or any column with the other column, and not the row with the column and column with the row. So see the next example. I'm writing here next one. For example, minus 1, 4, 2, 5. And with this, so I can write here the operation R1 change to R1 plus 2R2. Apply R1 change to R1 plus 2R2. Now how to solve this? R1 plus 2R2, I am writing here R1 plus 2R2. Since operation is on the first row, so keep the first row or keep the second row as it is, because we'll change the first row. So what is the second row? 2, 5. Don't change this row because R1 plus 2R2 we have to find. So what are the elements of R1? Minus 1, 4, plus 2 times. What are the elements of R2? So we'll write here elements of R2. We have to add with the corresponding elements 2 and 5. So minus 1 plus 2 2s are 4. So this is 4 minus 1 is 3, and 4 plus 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 4 will be 14. So this is the operation R1 plus 2R2. So we are adding second times of R2 to the first row. So I am operating like this so that we can write them very easily without mistake. We'll take one more example for the same operation, for the same type of operation. For example, I am taking same minus 1, 4, 2, 5, and operation is like this. C2 change to C2 plus 3C1. C2 change to C2 plus 3C1. So now A will be equivalent to. Now see, C2 is first, so operation will be on the second column, that is C2. So I am keeping this space as it is, and C1 I am writing as it is. Minus 1, 2 will be as it is. C2 plus 3C1. So what are the elements of C2 here? 4, 5, and we have to add this 3 times of C1. So right now values of C1 minus 1, 2. So this is 4, 3 ones are 3. So 4 minus 3, that answer is 1, and 5 plus 3 twos are 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. So what will be its answer now? 1 and 11. So this is the answer for C2 plus 3C1. That means the operation is on now second column, and the first column will remain as it is. Here operation was on first row, so we have kept the second row as it is, and we have changed the R1 rows. So here we have learned 3 types, and this is nothing but the elementary transformation, and in the next we are going to solve few more examples of the elementary transformation method. Thank you friends.